Hello everybody, it's Rambling Dave here. I'm out for a ramble today and I thought we'd go for a little mind ramble as well. Last night my wife and I finished watching Strike, the BBC drama, and I don't know if you noticed this, but it got really bad reviews. I saw some stuff online saying that it had been an unnecessary sequel and that it was I can't remember. They said unnecessary and said something else, but it was from The Guardian, and I suspected that The Guardian had other reasons, check it out, other reasons than just TV criticism to criticise Strike. And one of those was, I wondered whether they just didn't like Rowling anymore and just hated the message that the new series brought. So this new series of Strike was very confusing initially, and not actually to my taste initially, because let's just look around. What lovely environs. Yeah, because it was about a computer game, and it wasn't particularly my cup of tea, and internet chat forums, and that's something I've never really got on well with, so it wasn't immediately something that caught me. But it was when the second episode kicked in that it really started to land for me. Perhaps this new series actually was something of an autobiography for Rowling herself. Think about it. Strike is investigating a murder of a person whose... So the Ink Black Heart is this cartoon thing which the writers are struggling with. The fandom, the fans of the Ink Black Heart, don't think that the authors understand it properly, and the fans think they know better. Well, that's Rowling and Harry Potter, isn't it? Rowling's constantly getting attacks from her fans, and she's constantly being told she doesn't understand the story and what she's done with it, and she's got this, that and the other wrong. And then you've got the complications that money and movies bring to the table, which is, and you know, the motivations people have. So there's all that too. And I think, well, Rowling's going to be very familiar with the complications that money and movie producers bring to the table. So that's fairly autobiographical too. The issue of harassment and death threats from fans and interested parties who want to have their way with the author's story. Well, she's going to know that world inside out, isn't it? She knows that because she's fairly outspoken on her beliefs. Fair enough. The more I looked at the story, the more I thought, yes, this is not so much an imagined story, but just aspects of her reality, aspects of what she already sees. Sorry, you've got to see this. Hey! What fun! Aspects of what she sees around her in her daily life. More of an insight into how Rowling lives and how some fictitious characters live. So there you go, my two penneth on Strike and the Ink Black Heart. I think it's Rowling lifting the curtain a little bit on what it's like to be her, what it's like to live her life, what it's like to have created a story which the fans buy into so much. The fans think they know better than the person who's written it itself, which is, surely that is her comment on her own situation, because man alive, that's definitely what it seems like from the outside. I love Strike. I love the actors that play the two main characters, Cormoran and Robin. I think they're both really good actors, and I also think it's a fun series, just because I've spent many an hour in Denmark Street with my brothers looking at guitar shops. And so the fact that Cormoran Strike's office is based in Denmark Street, actually in a shop that I've been into many times, is just a little bit funny as well. In fact, it was this year, 2024, when I was there with my brother, and the penny finally dropped for me that this was the exact building that Strike's office was based in, because I've been there hundreds of times, but I hadn't actually thought about it consciously while I was actually in the room, as it were, whilst I was in that road. And I was wandering, and I thought, hang on a minute, I've seen this doorway before. And I googled the picture while I was in Denmark Street and found the exact shop, and it just happened to be the shop my brother was in at that moment in time. So very pleased with that. So yeah, thumbs up for Strike. I enjoyed it, my wife enjoyed it, although the storyline was complicated at first. Once you crack the code of, this is just Rowling telling us about her life, the whole thing actually made a load of sense and was a very good story. So if you haven't watched it, check it out. There you go. Thanks for joining me on my ramble today. If you have any thoughts about Cormoran Strike and the new series, and whether the Guardian were right that it was an unnecessary indulgence, leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, enjoy yourselves. And spare a thought for my work colleagues and my wife, who were spared this conversation because I had it with you instead today. So on behalf of their mental health, thank you very much. If you have been, thanks for watching. All the best. See you around, folks. Bye. Somewhere in those trees there's a woodpecker. I could hear it a moment ago. Obviously now I've turned the camera to record it, it stopped. Standard. Pesky little monkey. As soon as I walk on, of course, he'll rattle on again, won't he? Typical. Yeah, somewhere in there. There it is. Straight ahead of us. I know you can't see it. My phone is terrible. Apologies. Let's keep walking.